Hi, and welcome to the latest edition of BounceBack. In these troubling times and these challenges that we're facing, it's difficult to focus on what the future may hold. But it does give us the time to evaluate and self-reflect on where we are as coaches in our coaching business and how we can start to look to bounce back when the time is right. Today we're going to have a look at the SWOT analysis, and a SWOT analysis in terms of your business. So what is a SWOT analysis? Well, as we discussed yesterday, it's a useful framework for identifying your strengths, weaknesses and your opportunities within this time your coaching business rather than your actual coaching skills. So we're going to look at how you can address these to maximize your skill set and to minimize your risk by being able to identify what you're good at and what you're not so good at. It's not always that important to look at your weaknesses and develop those. Sometimes building on your strengths will give you a better opportunity going forwards than just focusing on your weaknesses, which is often the common thing that we do. Not only in business, but also when we're coaching. How many times do you actually spend your time correcting errors compared to the amount of time you work on developing a player's strengths? And this actually gives us more of a negative opinion rather than the positive one, which at this moment in time is something we really want to focus on. So use the SWOT as well to actually be able to build your strategy. Have a look at how you think your competitors see you and how you see your competitors. What are you doing that they're not and they're doing that you're not? And also, when you're doing this, be true to yourself, be honest, be as rigorous, be as deep as you can to get a full understanding of where you are in your actual business at this moment in time. So in terms of the SWOT analysis, simple grid again, as we did yesterday, with the strengths, the weaknesses and the opportunities and the threats. So again now, with the strengths, what do you do well? What is your unique skill set? What do you have maybe that other people don't have in terms of your business or your opportunities within that business? And again, what do other people think your strengths are? Although that may not be what you think, if that's how people view you from outside, it's something you should still be working and developing on. In terms of your weaknesses, what could you improve within your business? What skills are you missing that others may have? And what do other people think your weaknesses are? Again, this could be something that they look to exploit. And if you don't look at that, you may not even see that as a weakness. And therefore you're open to being exploited in your business life. What are the opportunities that you've got now? As we've already said, we're facing the most challenging times we've ever had. But we have to try and look for the positives. We have to try and find ways to prepare to bounce back when we can. So what opportunities are out there for your business? What trends are there happening within the industry? Or even outside the industry, which you can tap into or use as a model or an opportunity to develop your own side? And how can you turn your strengths into opportunities? In terms of threats, as we've already discussed, the biggest threat that's ever come to our coaching world and business and world as a whole is the current situation. None of us saw this coming. None of us could prepare for it. And we've all had to basically make up our way as we can best with the situation that's been handed to us. But what other threats are there? Obviously the economic impact is going to be a big one, and we have no idea how that's going to play out over the weeks, months and maybe years to come. But we need to start looking at these things. How are they going to affect our business, and how do we plot our pathway through this? What is your competition doing? Do you know what they're trying to do at the moment? How are they trying to develop and adapt to the new situations? and also what threats may come because of the weaknesses that you have. Is there a way that you can either strengthen those weaknesses, or maybe you just even have to hide them, just so people can't actually attack you through that mode within your business life? So if we look at the skill set now, what are we actually looking at in terms of your business life, your coaching skills and your business? What's your business strengths? Is it the marketing? Is it your social media? Is it your business brain, your way of creating new opportunities using those skills that you've got? In terms of weaknesses, maybe there is a hole in your program. Maybe you're not meeting all the demands that are there. Maybe you're not working very well with the parents that you've got, or maybe your communication skills are not so great, or you're not working well with different groups within your coaching program. These need to be addressed. For example, if there are groups that you don't work very well with, you have two choices: either improve your skill set to be able to work with them, or don't work with them. But you don't want to be working in a way that weaknesses your overall business. What opportunities are out there for you at the moment? What business can you see in the future? How can you tap into those existing opportunities, those existing trends, programs, which may be centrally or nationally promoted through the governing body? Are there any other programs which you can now tap into as we start to look how to come out of this situation that's forced upon us? And again, what threats are there to your business? I'm sure, like all of us now, the financial situation is a real challenge, because nobody saw it coming. Nobody was actually in a position to plan for this financially, in terms of staffing, cash flow, funding, all these different things, which now pose a real threat to every business, not just from coaching, but all the way to the airlines and every other industry in between. So we do need to look at how we're going to address these threats. Use this now to start to build your own profile, to get a clear understanding of your business. Know what you're good at, know what you're not so good at. Identify your opportunities, look at what could be threatening you in the future, and start to build this picture. If you base what we did yesterday together with what we're doing today, you should now have a very good idea of your skill set, your strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats within your personal skills as a coach, and also the skill set you now have within your business. What are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats you have as a business? Then start combining the two. So are the strengths of your businesses aligned to your strengths as a coach? Are your weaknesses as a coach matched by the weaknesses within your business? And how can you address those two situations? Are we aligning everything in the right way? Can we strengthen those weaknesses? Or do we need to use the strength to make sure those weaknesses are not exploited? The opportunities that are available, do we have the skill set to actually maximize those opportunities? If not, how are we going to get them? Otherwise we lose those opportunities. And obviously the threats we need to address and look at how in the future we can best self-protect against whatever threats may come along. This is, as I said before, a series trying to share ideas with you, make you think, and asking you to spend just an hour a day looking at your own coaching situation, where you are now, and planning the future. So we're going to be looking over the next few days and weeks at how to develop your personal plan. How are you actually going to start now putting together your development plan to become a better coach and better in business? Creating your mission and your vision. What is the long-term future for yourself? How do you see yourself over the next few years developing, again, both as a coach and in business? And then the goal set inside. How are we going to actually nail each thing and put it down on paper and make a personal commitment to ourselves to become better? And then your coaching philosophy, developing your personal brand, marketing, sponsorship, and lots more still to come after that. Don't forget, if you want to download the worksheet to help you complete the SWOT today, go to rpteurope.com/bounceback, download the work there. By all means, come back every day for the latest updates. Review these at your leisure and at your time. But please take this opportunity and give an hour a day to making yourself a better coach, better in business, and to give yourself a better future. The main thing at the moment though is please stay safe, stay home, and look after yourself. Cheers.